and now of late a destination also for drugs. Vast network, internal and international roads have served feeders for drugs and other narcotic and psychotropic substances coming from Myanmar, Bangladesh and neighboring states of northeast India. Large quantities of cannabis, heroin and yaba tablets and other narcotic substances including vehicles, cash and other incriminating materials worth rupees 118 crores approximately were seized and 445 arrests were made in connection with drug trafficking in Meghalaya. This is a matter of serious concern.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this pleasure to announce that our chief guest, Shri Conrad Sangma, Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, has arrived. Please join in extending a warm and enthusiastic welcome to our Honorable Chief Guest and esteemed dignitaries. Let us all rise up and greet them with a round of heartfelt applause as they make their way to the auditorium.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your warm reception. As we commence with the program, we will now have the lamp lighting ceremony. Let us all know that this day is a mark to symbolize the enlightenment and eradication of darkness caused by a drug abuse. May I kindly request our Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Sir Conrad K. Sangma, accompanied by Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Shri Peston Singh Tinsong, Honorable Director General of Police, Dr. L.R. Bishnoi, IPS, Honorable Additional Chief Secretary, Home Police Department, Dr. Shakil P. Ahmed, Inspector General of Police, Law and Order, Shri Mukesh Singh, IPS, and Commissioner and Secretary, Social Welfare Department, Shri Praveen Bakshi, IAS, to kindly step forward and light the ceremonial lamp, signifying the commitment towards a drug-free society.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to take a moment to express our sincere gratitude to our esteemed dignitaries for their exceptional contribution and support. I now request Dr. L.R. Bishnoi, IPS, Director General of Police, to kindly present a token of appreciation to Shri Conrad K. Sangma, Honorable Chief Minister, and Shri Preston Tensong, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Meghalaya. And I also request Shri Sylvester Nongtinger, IPS, Superintendent of Police, East Khas Hills, to present a token of appreciation to Dr. L.R. Bishnoi, IPS, Director General of Police, and Dr. Shakil Ahmed, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Meghalaya. I would also like to request Shri Vivek Aim, IPS, Superintendent of Police, City, East Khas Hills, to kindly present a token of appreciation to Shri Mukesh Kumar Singh, IPS, Inspector General of Police, Law and Order, and Shri Parveen Bakshi, IAS, Commissioner and Secretary, Social Welfare Department, Government of Meghalaya.
Thank you very much, sir. Without further ado, I kindly invite Shri Davis N.R. Marak, IPS, Deputy Inspector General of Police, Eastern Range, to kindly deliver the welcome speech.
A very good morning to everyone present here. 26 June is observed every day as the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. This day has been observed as the illicit day, has the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, based on the United Nations General Assembly resolution passed in 1987. Every year, this day is observed all over the world to prevent illicit trafficking of drugs and also to prevent drug abuse. The theme for this year's for the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking is People First, Stop Stigma and Discrimination, Strengthen Prevention. Along with the whole world, Meghalaya today is observing the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. This program is being organized by the Department of Social Welfare and the Police Department. I, on behalf of the organizers, take this opportunity to welcome Sri Conrad K. Sangma, Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, to be a part of this program. I also welcome Sri Preston Tensong, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Meghalaya. I also like to welcome Dr. L.R. Bishnoi, Director General of Police. I also welcome Dr. Shakil Ahmed, Additional Chief Secretary, Home Police, to this program. I also like to welcome Sri Parveen Bakshi, Commissioner and Secretary, Social Welfare Department. I would also like to welcome Sri Cyril V. Dingdo, Secretary, Home Police. I also like to welcome Mr. Mukesh Kumar Singh, IPS, Inspector General, Law and Order. I also take this opportunity to welcome all other senior officers of the Government of Meghalaya, all police officers and officials present here. I'd also like to welcome the State Informatics Officer, NIC, who is also present today, along with his team. I would also like to welcome all the students of various schools and colleges who are part of this program today. And I would also like to welcome all the invitees and dignitaries who are a part of this program. I also take this opportunity to welcome the media who will be covering this program. Once again, I welcome all of you to this program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for gracing us with your presence and for delivering the welcome address. So we now have a presentation on DREAM, that is the Drug Reduction, Elimination and Action Mission. May I please invite on stage Shri Parveen Bakshi, IAS, Commissioner and Secretary, Social Welfare Department, to do the honors.
Thank you and a very good morning to all of you. Honorable Chief Guest for this program for International Day Against Drug Abuse, Honorable Chief Minister Shri Conrad Sangma, Honorable Guest of Honor and our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of the State Home Police Department, Shri Preston Tinsong, our senior officers, Dr. L.R. Bishnoi, IPS, DGP Meghalaya, Dr. Shakil Ahmed Sir, IAS, Additional CS, Home Police, all our senior friends, colleagues, heads of institutions, stakeholders. On 28 August 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. made a famous speech, "I have a dream." He called for equality and freedom. Today, in 2023, Government of Meghalaya also declares it has a dream. And that dream is drug-free Meghalaya. Ladies and gentlemen, we would just like to present to you a very short presentation on Dream Mission, which is a collaborative effort of various stakeholder departments of our state to ensure that what we dream also becomes a reality. What is Mission Dream? As has been mentioned, it's Drug Reduction, Elimination and Action Mission. From the very beginning, it is the word action that has captivated all of us. In the last International Day Against Drug Abuse in this very hall, our Honorable Guest of Honor, Shri Preston Tinsong, the Honorable Deputy CM, was the chief guest, and he gave a call that we need more collaboration and coordination between various departments, and therefore there is need for one single policy for the whole state in which each and every department will give their best. There are a lot of things that we need to worry about, but if you ask the Social Welfare Department, our number one worry is this. Please have a look at this slide, ladies and gentlemen. The very high use of tobacco sets the stage for substance abuse in the future. 50.6% tobacco users initiated before 17 in India. It is 35.8. 61% of men use some form of tobacco, which slowly slips into drug abuse. Opioid consumption, 6.34%. In India, it is 2.06. More worrying thing, increase in suicides caused by drug addiction has gone up like anything. In 2012, only 2 cases. In 2022, 29 cases. Therefore, under the guidance and leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, the department came out with a vision that we need to have a multifaceted and coordinated strategy, multi-stakeholder strategy that leverages cultures, communities, local participation to eliminate the scourge of substance abuse and create a drug-free Meghalaya. What is the framework of this mission? It has 3 critical pillars. Social mobilization, very, very crucial. Without the support of the social groups, the educational institutions, communities, we will not be able to do anything. 2, recovery and care pathways. There's a lot of focus on prevention. What about recovery? What about rehabilitation? And it has to be done in the most sensitive and caring manner. And number 3 is the iron fist in velvet glove. Drug regulation procedures, enforcement strengthening has to be in place. How do we do social mobilization? Community engagement is absolutely critical. We have to involve the youth so that they, in turn, teach and pass on the message to the youth to avoid harmful habits. A very innovative concept is student police cadet clubs. It will foster relationship between youth and law enforcement. Perhaps it should be there in each and every locality, in each and every school. Then to promote prevention and combat stigma through various programs, the one being closest to our heart is the School Health and Wellness Program and Tobacco-Free Educational Institution Program, for which our state has even got a national award from WHO. Community dialogues, people are not talking about it. Engaging parents, faith leaders, the social groups, communities is absolutely essential in this journey of prevention of drug abuse and drug-free Meghalaya. Recovery and care pathways, it is very, very important. Standard guidelines have to be in place. There's a lot of training which is required for the primary healthcare system. Infrastructure has to be improved for de-addiction centers. Support systems have to be in place. How often we hear that we do not have that many number of de-addiction centers. How often we hear our police, they catch hold of petty thieves, criminals, and find out that they are drug addicts. They're doing it because they do not have money for drugs. So support system has to be in place. Drug regulation. There was a meeting chaired by our Honorable Minister, Social Welfare, and he has put a lot of stress on fast tracking of these cases. Special courts, law enforcement, prosecution has to be strengthened, anti-narcotic task force has to be strengthened, and interdepartmental, inter-district coordination has to be in place, for which all-out efforts are already being made, but with the launch of the DREAM mission, it will be taken forward from strength to strength. What will be the institutional structure? Today we are very fortunate. We have in our midst Honorable Chief Minister who will head the State Mission Steering Group because it involves many departments. Of course, Social Welfare Department will be the key stakeholder department. Prevention use, Substance Use Prevention Mission Unit. This will be headed by an IPS officer from the police. And District Mission Steering Group, because we need to involve the Deputy Commissioners with health, social welfare, and child rights, and child protection services officers also, education department, to be there to take these plans ahead, even at the district level. Convergence is the key. Without convergence, any project will become a mere pipe dream. We call it dream. We do not wish it to be a pipe dream. Therefore, the system that we will have, DREAM, will facilitate convergence. There will be dashboard to get data, all data in one place, support to law enforcement officials from Social Welfare Department and Health, regular monitoring of drug users, and through student police cadet, there will be active engagement of the youth and the police department. So this is the QR code. We are going to launch the DREAM mission document through our Honorable Chief Minister. It is a very important, critical, and landmark day for us. And we hope that with the launch of DREAM as a mission, drug reduction, elimination, and action mission, we will be able to realize our dream of making Meghalaya a drug-free, substance abuse-free state. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your presentation on DREAM. Coming up next is the speech by Shri Preston Tensong, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Government of Meghalaya. Ladies and gentlemen, I humbly request each and every one of you to kindly welcome the Deputy Chief Minister on stage with a very big hand of applause.
I don't know what happened. They're telling me to call this person. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now please take the pleasure to invite on stage our Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, and Honorable Director General of Police for the launch and presentation of DREAM.
Ready?
Thank you very much, sir. I now request our Honorable Chief Minister, sir, to kindly hand over the drug detection kits, followed by the release of drug-free Meghalaya app. I now call upon the Narcotics Control Bureau to please come on stage for the handing over of the drug detection kits to Honorable Chief Minister, which will be further handed over to the Anti-Narcotics Task Force, Meghalaya Police. May I also invite Shri Mukesh Singh, IPS, Inspector General of Police, Law and Order, and Dr. Raghavendra Kumar, MG, IPS, Senior Superintendent of Police, CID organization, to receive the drug detection kits. Let me take this pleasure to inform you that the Narcotics Control Bureau are handing over 10 numbers of drug detection kits to Meghalaya Police. Thank you very much, sir. May I now kindly request our Honorable Chief Minister, sir, to kindly release the drug-free Meghalaya app.
Imagine no addiction. It's easy if you try. No more opium or heroin. I wonder if you can imagine all the people enjoying a natural high. Imagine no more craving
Thank you very much. I would now like to call upon Shri Santosh VT, SIO of National Informatics Center, NIC Meghalaya, to kindly come on stage and give a brief presentation and enlighten us on the drug-free Meghalaya app.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Sri Conrad K. Singha, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Honorable DGP, Honorable Additional Chief Secretary, all my colleagues, senior officials of Meghalaya and all the distinguished guests and invitees over here. As part of our commitment to Government of Meghalaya, on this auspicious day, we too provide the Government of Meghalaya with a small tool, a drug-free app. As our Honorable Commissioner of IT presented, the dream, the first part of it, social mobilization. Anyone in the state can inform the police about the drug activities in the state through a mobile app. The mobile app is available in the Android application, and anyone can report about shipment, coming, going, or storage of drugs, use of drugs, selling of drugs, promoting drugs usage, and others not in use. Nobody need to register onto it, but only the mobile number we need to get it onto get this app downloaded and report the drug trafficking or drug usage. And this information will be totally secret. The informer's information will not be available to anyone, but the information will be going to the police authorities. Only one mandatory field is there where that activity happens, the place. Rest are actually optional. If they know the details, the suspect name, the suspect's phone number, the suspect's father's name, or the address, or vehicle details, or a suspect ID or the police station limit. This can be informed by this application. We can take a picture of the incident if necessary, or if it is so dangerous situation, he can go home or he can go to a safer location. From there, he can post from his gallery, or even if he doesn't have photographs, then he can skip that also. And this app also contains about various informations, the report on this app, the guidelines, and about us, and the Nasha Nivaran helpline 1908 telephone number as well. And of course, we are providing important information to the general public, the de-addiction and rehabilitation centers in Meghalaya, then harmful effect of the drugs, identifying a drug user, advices for parents and students, and teachers also, major facts about narcotics law. And the information about the de-addiction rehabilitation centers, the harmful details, everything is available, and identifying a drug user, everything is in detail, it is described in this application. And contact information of Meghalaya Police is also included in this app. And we can download it from App Store through the Google Play Store. Thank you for patient listening, and use it, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. I would now like to request Dr. L.R. Bishnoi, Honorable Director General of Police, to kindly come up on stage for the presentation.
Yeah, no? Which one? This one, no? Honorable Chief Ministers of Meghalaya, Sri Conrad K. Singha, Honorable Deputy Chief Ministers, Sri Preston Tinsong, invited guests, Additional Chief Secretary Sri Sakil, Home Secretary Sri Cyril, Commissioner Sri Parveen Baksis, the senior police officers, the members from the various NGOs, church leaders, community leaders, dear students and friends from media. First of all, let me express my sincere gratitude to Honorable Chief Ministers for readily accepting our proposals to be the chief guest of today's program. I have a small presentation. So today is an International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. Every year, as per United Nations General Assembly resolutions, 26 June is celebrated as an International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. The UN General Assembly long back in 1987, they have decided to observe this day by keeping the grave drug scenario throughout the world. 26 June is fixed because on this day, the Commissioner of China, Lin Jiaxu, he dismantled the godowns and stores of the opiums, and the tons of opium were destroyed. So just to honor his commitment, the UN General Assembly adopted that 26 June will be celebrated. The objective, as it is evident from the slides, the main objective is to create an international society free from the drug abuse. As on today, there are 195 countries in the world. And out of 195 countries, we can say only Vatican City is the only country which is free from drug abuse, and rest all countries are in the serious grips of drugs. So this is not a local problem, this is not a national problem, but it is a global problem. So this year, the theme is decided by UNODC, that is United Nations Office on Drug and Crime. Every year, they release a specific theme by keeping the changing dimensions of drug scenario globally. So this year, the theme is People First, Stop Stigma and Discrimination, and Strengthen Prevention. So we should not stigmatize and discriminate people or drug abusers and their family. We should adopt the empathy and sympathetic approach towards the drug abusers. So there are 5 aims I have highlighted in the slides, basically to create massive awareness throughout the world so that the masses should be aware about the ill effects of the drug abuse. Secondly, about the awareness about the AIDS, hepatitis, and strengthen the prevention programs. And third is promote evidence-based voluntary services. Not on the generalized base, but evidence-based by using the technology. And then we have to empower the youth, and then secondly, educate about the drug abuse, available treatment, and preventive intervention. So this is the aim in nutshell decided by the UNODC for this year. Now, the question comes to our mind, why Meghalaya is so sensitive? Meghalaya is a small state, but in the grip of drug abuse because of its close proximity to the Golden Triangle area. Golden Triangle is the border area of Laos, Thailand, and Myanmar. It's a huge area of 12 lakh square kilometer where the poppy cultivation is done abundantly, and this area remains very, very poorly administered area, and they have set up a lot of manufacturing unit where the raw opium is processed and converted into morphine and heroin, and then whole world is bombarded with the supply of heroines. Then we have a porous border. The state of Meghalaya is having almost 884 kilometers with Bangladesh and 441 kilometers with the state of Assam. The border is not 100% fenced, so that is why the traffickers, they use advantage of the porous border. Then there is a large presence of the consumers here. I will tell in the next slide. And then interstate gangs or interstate network is in operations. And then the problem is fastly spreading from the urban areas to the rural areas, and also from male populations to female populations. And then easy availability is creating problems. And because it is a huge lucrative business, it generates tremendous amount of money. So that is why the youth, once they are in trafficking business, it will be impossible to come out of it it because greed overpowers them. And then poor infrastructures, particularly in the far-flung remote areas. And then, of course, the Meghalaya is a matrilineal state. It has some specific social factor which also contribute towards these problems. So remember these 10 P's. And if out of 10 P's, if youth is taking any P, then you can suspect that he is in the drugs business. Peer group pressure, the poor parenting, the pocket money, if we give them generous pocket money, then lot of pressure or what we call the stress, then privilege, I mean the undue freedom is given to the children, then penetrability, that is accessibility of the drugs, and then partial family, that is a broken families, and then phones. The phones also contribute in the supply of drugs through the dark net and others, and the poor participation by the youth in the sports, cultural, and other co-curricular activities which make them tempted towards the drugs, and the poor preventive intervention strategy. So these 10 P's are the reasons why youth are falling prey to the drug abuse in the state of Meghalaya. So then here I have listed 24 signs and behaviors of the drug addicts. After studying meticulously and after interacting with the drug addicts throughout the length and breadth of Meghalaya, we found that most of the drug abusers and addicts, they are suffering from these 24 symptoms. If any symptom is there, any signs of these 24 symptoms are noticed in the youth, either by family or by the friends or by the teachers or by the supporting staff of school, college, and university, then it should not remain hidden. Their plight should not remain invisible to us. It should be immediately shared to the administrations, police, and the qualified counselor so that the treatment can be undertaken in the beginning itself. Then what should we do? First is, if we notice that the youth is taking drugs, no need to react impulsively or start beating or abusing them. We have to adopt empathetic approach. Then discussions with open mind. It's a very, very important. You have to spend a lot of time with children. Then encourage students to play sports, as our Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Chief Minister says. At least spend 30 to 40 minutes time daily on the sports activities. Then encourage students to learn music, dance, and other activities. Then encourage group activities and build strong bonds with family and friends. This is a drug scenario in Meghalaya. In 2019, the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India, they have conducted nationwide survey in all the states and union territory where all the 703 districts of India were covered. And in that 2019 survey, they found that in Meghalaya, 301,500 drug abusers are present. So this is a huge figure and really cause of concerns for all of us. And at that time, out of 340,000 were totally dependent on drugs. So we have seen the Indian figures also. So in India, they found that nearly 8 crore people were drug abusers. It may be touching almost 10 crore now. So this is a worrisome sign for all of us. Then these are some of the hotspots based on the cases registered, the drugs recovered and seized by the police, and the network with the help of the CDR analysis, etc. We have earmarked certain hotspots, and Shillong town still remains the hotspot. And as per our latest the survey, the more than 45,000 people, youth particularly, in Shillong alone are drug abusers. These are the analyses of NDPS case registered by the Meghalaya police. You can see that in 2020 and 2023, there is a huge upsurge. In 2023, in first 6 months, we have registered 113 cases, and it has, if you take the semester-wise figure, it has broken the previous 50-year records. So this is really cause of concerns for us. And then you can see the person arrested. In the first 6 months itself, in 2023, we have arrested 225 drug traffickers. And then out of these persons arrested, 199 are male and 26 are the female. The involvement of the young women in the drug trafficking is really cause of concerns for us. So then you can see the recovery. During last 1.5 years, we have seized 18 kg heroin, 18 kg, and 1 kg heroin can make more than 2,000 people drug addicts. So you can see we have saved the life of 36,000 youth. And then the cannabis, that popularly known as marijuana or ganja, huge recovery in the last first 6 months of 2023. It is touching almost 1,200 kg. And 125 gram marijuana, if a group of 7 to 8 youths can consume it for a continuously 30 days, all of them will become drug addicts. So these are the some of the figures I have given. The good sign for us is the methamphetamine, the consumption in Meghalaya is decreasing, and that is the good signs. And then you can see but cough syrup, particularly in the Garo Hills regions, having border with Bangladesh, there is a tremendous upsurge. We have adopted 6-pronged strategy to overcome this. First is prevention. We are creating massive awareness programs by visiting school, college, university, community places, and frequently interacting with the religious leaders and community leaders like Rongba Shnong, Darbar Shnong, and Dong Shnongs. So prevention is the key to success, and the masses must be aware about the ill effects of the drug abuse. Our second strategy is enforcement, sustained crackdown against the drug trafficker and the seizing the heroines, morphine, marijuanas, mobile phone, vehicles used by them. And then third strategy is training. We are increasing our capacity building so that our subordinate officers, they should be aware about the nitty-gritties of the NDPS Act. And so in the court, it can lead to the successful prosecutions and conviction of the offenders. Our fourth strategy is, although it is not our domain, rehabilitation is taken care by the Health, Education and Social Welfare Department, but we are also showing our concern and visiting the Drug De-Addiction and Rehabilitation Center just to understand the gravity of the problems. Our fifth strategy is massive use of technology by understanding the dark net transactions, where the two suppliers or the consumer and the supplier need not to come into contact physically, and from a distance the transactions can take place. So to understand that, we are also started using technology. And the next is, our strategy is to closely involve the media so that the huge publicity can be given and the people can understand the gravity of the problems. Then there are challenges. I have increased production is a challenge. Then huge drug consumers, number of huge drug consumer is a challenge. Then interstate involvement of interstate drug. During last 6 months, we have arrested 235 people. Out of that, 50 people were from outside, and they were natives of nearly 18 states of India. So you can very well imagine the interstate network is how active it is. Then trade and maritime routes, we are also keeping close watch on it. And the NPS, that is a new psychoactive substances, is real cause of worry for us, because this is 100 times more potent than heroin and morphine and cocaine. For example, fentanyl, only 1 milligram dose of fentanyl can make a person permanently addicted. And if he takes 2 milligrams of fentanyl, then it can lead to sure death. Because in 2021, you will be shocked and surprised to know that in America, 1 lakh people died due to overdose of fentanyl. And immediately after that, President has sanctioned $24 billion projects to overcome this problem. So you can very well imagine. The next challenge is darknet, of course, and the drones. You are aware that how the Pakistani is sending the consignment of drugs, weapons, arms, ammunition through the drones, particularly in the Punjab and Gujarat and Rajasthan areas. Then drug detection and disposal also remain challenge. And then inadequate infrastructure, particularly about the darknet. Our far-flung remote police stations, we want to equip them with the cyber infrastructure so that they can remain updated to understand the darknet problems. Then narco-terror link is also visible and evident, and the Manipur incidents and Manipur imbroglio very well indicated it. Then what will be the way ahead? Strengthening intelligence. We are adopting the tech strengthening approach so that they can be kept under the surveillance, and then strengthening of the anti-narcotic task force. In all the 12 districts of Meghalaya, Honorable CM has constituted the anti-narcotic task force, and they are doing good jobs, but still they need further strengthening by giving them mobility and by giving them the latest technology. Then collaborative with the other stakeholders, as already pointed out by the earlier speaker, this is the key to success, and the community participation is must. Because if all the citizens of the Meghalaya, if they come forward and join hands with the administrations, with the civil administration, police administration, then unitedly and jointly we can fight this menace. Then another, improve rehabilitation, of course, and the Honorable Chief Minister is highly concerned about this. In every meeting, he points out the situations and gravity, and also try to strengthen the capacity buildings. Then PPP, that is a police-public partnership, it is a must. And then the interstate cooperations. We have opened a WhatsApp groups involving all the DGPs of the northeastern states, and as and when any drug trafficker from other state is arrested, we instantly share this information with the DGP of the concerned states, and they can go for nabbing the forward and backward linkages. And then, of course, the many leaders are pointed out that legislative measures need to be strengthened. For this, Honorable Chief Minister is really considering it. These are some of the pictures. I would like to show that how the recovery takes place by the ANTF. The Meghalaya police is working day and night in spite of some constraints. The ANTF team started delivering by seizing the huge consignments of the drugs in recent months, and you can see from the photographs. These are some of the recoveries by the Meghalaya police. These are some of the photographs where even the women and the young traffickers were arrested from other states. These were the awareness programs. In 2022, during the last second semester, the Meghalaya police alone has conducted 413 awareness programs during last 6 months. And I am very happy to announce here that under the towering leadership of Honorable Chief Minister and his consistent guidance and unflinching support, the Meghalaya police has undertaken a massive drive to generate awareness among the masses. And during last 15 days, that is known as Nasha Mukt Bharat Pakhwada, we have organized 1,263 awareness program in school, colleges and other places, and this is the national record. In the morning, I have confirmed from the Narcotics Control Bureau, and I'm thankful to Honorable Chief Minister. Honorable Chief Minister has tweeted and appreciated Meghalaya Police for creating the national record by organizing so many programs only during the 15 days time. So these were the programs organized district-wise. I have given the breakup here of 1,263 programs, where the East Khasi Hill districts organized maximum program, followed by the West Garo Hill districts, Tura. So these district-wise we have given and for each and every program, we maintained the electronic records with the gatherings, photographs, etc., so that it can be a record for us. We have organized poster competitions at schools, where a lot of children have taken place.
In the past, Meghalaya was the transit state, but now with the number of cases detected and seizures made by the police, the trend indicates that Meghalaya has also become the destination for drug supply. The state's close proximity to the Golden Triangle, as well as various external and internal factors, have contributed to it becoming a transit and a destination for drugs. The drug hotspots in the state have been identified based on the number of cases detected district-wise since 2010.
The 26th of June is observed as International Day Against Drug Abuse and illicit trafficking. Every year, in honor of Resolution 42 by 112 of 7th December 1987 of the General Assembly of the United Nations, with an aim to combat the menace of drugs. On this day, police, social welfare department, and various stakeholders, including dedicated NGOs worldwide, come together to show solidarity to fight against the drug menace and show solidarity and support to victims of drug abuse. Meghalaya, due to its close proximity to the Golden Triangle and long international border, has always faced the issue of being a transit state, and now of late a destination also for drugs. Vast network, internal and international roads have served feeders for drugs and other narcotic and psychotropic substances coming from Myanmar, Bangladesh, and neighboring states of northeast India. Large quantities of cannabis, heroin, and yaba tablets, and other narcotic substances, including vehicles, cash, and other incriminating materials worth rupees 118 crores approximately, were seized, and 445 arrests were made in connection with drug trafficking in Meghalaya. This is a matter of serious concern, as drug abuse amongst the youth destroys not only the health but also the families, careers, and quality of life. Over 290 awareness programs have been conducted in schools, colleges, markets, and other public spaces over the past 1 month up to 21st of June 2023. Meghalaya Police and the Social Welfare Department are on war footing in ensuring prevention of drug abuse. I appeal to everyone to join them to make Meghalaya a drug-free state. Thank you, Kublai, Mithila, and Jai Hind.
Anti-narcotics task forces have been constituted at all districts of the state. Meghalaya police have also acquired 4 numbers of narcotic sniffer dogs. These dogs have been deployed for regular checking of drugs along the national highway as well as in cities or towns and suspected places to prevent illicit trafficking of drugs. Here, the intimation was received from reliable sources of movement of a drug trafficker for trafficking drugs. Thereafter, an interception was laid at Bombfile Road, Shillong, where the suspected vehicle had arrived. The suspect was then detained for conducting the drug search. A notice under Section 50 of the NDPS Act was served to the suspect, who was willing to be searched in front of a gazetted officer. Vehicle and body search were conducted on the suspect, and drug, heroin, and banned tablets were found. These drugs were then tested with the narcotic drugs detection kit that showed positive test for heroin and was then weighed, packed, and sealed. The accused person was then arrested and taken to the police station.
Hakani kapor nakaliang jong ka sarkar bat kumju khamtam e nakaliang jong ka police department ni parokway ni rakhi yakane ka arpnuturik ubnai wanriu arhajar arkulai kum kasngi kabangi ong ka inkansaldi banila persya ya ki drugs bat ia kecing sapret jong ka keleng sodong jong ke jela Meghalaya jongi hakabakum kani kasngi ngasngau bangadei ban pha ka jing sngo tenat ka appreciation ya ka department ka police department bat kumju ya ka social welfare department ke ba trei shitom mit lapatsi ya ka banya kun ya ka ne ka thama ka ba shirkai ka ba sedang bandrung haki long ying ke long sem haki kun samla haki kun hep ki parit chungi om tang hasor rei shadu kinong kenong ro kumju kumta nakaliang jonga ubapek ya ka hong police ka bang ai ke jingero ya ki police ha ka bakilala kwat ban yo kem bat ban arrest ya ki tubriu ki badon benta ha ka ban supply batru ban sapriang ya kani ka drugs ka bapoi ko machis pa khat prak lur tengka tang ha kini ki khendiat menai ki beladep dena kaliang jonga ngai khoblei ya ka team jongi police borok wei ki batrei sitom met bat mensim ki badu thia ki badu dem na ka menta ban rat nung khong ya kani ka jing snew ka ba serkei hadu kata-kata na kaliang jonga ngasngau bangade ban khot kerpang ya porok kinong song snong jongi jelam mikala jongi nadu nasor hadu hanong kendong nadu ki kentei hadu ki senang ban ya trei rengkat bat kabor sorkar kenang ba ngila ban pendu ban pendam bat ru ban rat dengkong ya kani ka jing snew ka ba serkei hadu kata-kata ka bawan ban nyom bat ka bawan ru ban hier thama ya ka jela mikala jongi barokoi tenaka hakani ka por ngai khoblei sai sin pat ai ba kani ka jing rakhi ka jongi ya kani ka ski ka ba kerpang hakani ka harpnutri kan long sisa ka ba job ya ka jela mikala batru kumju ya ka ri India ka perthei barokoi.
The ANTF and police have also ventured into a series of awareness campaigns or sensitization programs against the menace of drugs in schools, colleges, markets, localities, and various vulnerable places, seeking the help and support from all quarters of the society to fight the menace collectively and seek the community's assistance in spreading awareness about the do's and don'ts, identification, and rehabilitation of the users.
As we all know, 26 June is celebrated as an International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. Meghalaya is a very sensitive state because of its close proximity to Golden Triangle area. The presence of large number of drug abusers in the state of Meghalaya is cause of concern for all of us. The recent seizure by Meghalaya police has demonstrated its resolve and professionalism. It is also a grim testimony to the reality that large number of youths are tempted toward the drugs. The plight of thousands of youth shall not remain invisible to us because our endeavor is to fulfill their lives with all the happiness they deserve. So, I appeal all the citizens in general and youth in particular, please resist the temptations of temporary pleasure and euphoria that drugs offer because drugs and death are synonymous. It is easy to stay off drugs than to get off drugs if we all are aware about the pernicious consequences of drug abuse. Let us fight this deadly drug abuse menace unitedly and achieve the vision of Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya towards the drug-free Meghalaya. Say yes to healthy life and no to drug. Jai Hind, Kublai, Mithila.
Meghalaya's war on drugs rages on. Join hands with the Meghalaya police to make our state a drug-free Meghalaya. Help Meghalaya police to help you.
For your gracious presence, thank you very much, Honorable Chief Ministers, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and other dignitaries and dear students and friends from media for your gracious presence today. I conclude my speech by saying and by appealing all the youth, please say no to drugs and yes to healthy life. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Director General of Police, sir, for your presentation. So let us now turn our attention to the remarkable individuals who have contributed immensely in the fight against the menace of drug abuse. Let us take this moment to appreciate the efforts put in by various organizations and individuals. May I please request Shri Conrad K. Sangma, Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, to felicitate them. I would like to call on stage Mr. Carrick Nongrum. Mr. Kham Ne Lang Nongrum. Mr. Mebateis Khem Warlarpi. Mr. Neil Jaitley Kongwir for his outstanding support in helping users to come out from their addiction-related ailments. Kripa Foundation, the Addiction Center for Children, for their outstanding service in treatment and rehabilitation for children, boys under 18 years.
Thank you very much, sir. May I now kindly request our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Sir Preston Tinsong, to kindly appreciate and felicitate the police organization for their tireless efforts, their compassion, and their unwavering commitment for the cause of eradicating drug abuse and illicit trafficking. Let me take the honor to call Shri Dalton Marak, IPS, Deputy Inspector General of Police, Special Branch, to receive the certificates as a token of appreciation on behalf of his team. I would now like to call Shri Sylvester Nongtinger, IPS, Superintendent of Police, East Khasi Hills, and his team to receive this token of appreciation. Thank you very much, sir. May I now request our Honorable Director General of Police, Dr. L.R. Bishnoi, IPS, to kindly felicitate Shri Jagpal Singh Dhanoa, IPS, Superintendent of Police, East Jaintia Hills, and team. Also, I would like to call Shri Banyatelang Dingan, MPS, Additional SP Ribhoy and his team to kindly come up on stage and receive the certificates. I would now request Dr. Sandy CM for exemplary service and contribution towards treatment, rehabilitation, and mental health care for 33 years to kindly come and receive the certificate. Thank you very much, sir, for the honors.
I would also like to request the Honorable Chief Minister to kindly release the song Turn the Tide by the Khaki Vibes, which is a band of the Meghalaya Police. And I also request the members of the band Khaki Vibes to please accompany the Honorable Chief Minister on stage.
In the land of Meghalaya, where the hills rise high, there's a problem we can't deny. Drug abuse increasing, causing pain. From the hills, moving down to the city, trucks are taking and use all around. Save our soul, the youth are our future. All we need to do is keep them strong.
Drug addiction, it's a disease. We need to show that we all care. We can win it if we fight it. Let's keep our future bright. helping hand. Spread love far and wide. Turn the tide on and on again. Turn the tide on and on again.
Let's support to those in need, showing them that we all love and care. Work together for a land drug-free, brighter tomorrow for you and me. Say no to drugs.
Let's make a stronger stand, protecting all our land. Lend a helping hand, spread love far and wide. Turn the tide on and on again. Turn the tide on and on again. Turn the tide on and on again.
Turn the tide on and on again.
That was a wonderful presentation of the song by Khaki Vibes. May I now please invite our guest of honor, Shri Preston Tinsong, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, to kindly deliver his speech.
Our Honorable Chief Minister, Chief Guest of this important function today, our DGP, Dr. Bishnoi, along with his team, Additional Chief Secretary, Dr. Shakil, Mr. Bakshi, Commissioner Secretary of Social Welfare, senior officers of different departments, and also I'm so thankful to see our children, school children in and around Shillong, along with the teachers, the principals, who has made your available time today to be part of this celebration. You know, before the start of this function, I saw the host standing over here, just close to the stand. I can't see properly. Then me and Sam, you know what happened? We said, why not they remove the flowers? Then you can see us properly. Thank God it has happened. Now you can see Barbara Stunas is the shortest person in the state of Meghalaya, I should say. So friends, just a few points I would like to say. Drugs, abuse, and illicit trafficking keep increasing day by day, which ultimately, I think the very same month last year, the state government has declared that fighting against drugs, abuse, and illicit trafficking, we need to have a dedicated team. And ultimately, I'm so happy, 1 year exactly, we are able to come out with a documentation in the name of dreams. We need to fight this very menace holistically, socially, and also politically. If we don't, it will be too late. And I'm so happy, I think on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, the central body of KSU, they declared in the meeting, let me place it on record, when they talk about the subject of drugs, they decided to join the government and to eradicate these very dangerous habits which is spreading throughout the state of Meghalaya. So friends, I'm so happy to see that the KSU is partnership with us. I call upon all the stakeholders, other NGOs, all religious groups, religious leaders in the state of Meghalaya. Let us jointly walk together. And I'm sure within no times we'll be able to make Meghalaya a total state free from drugs. I just had a little discussion with CM. He requested me, hey, why don't you do one thing, Awang? Because let me just tell you one thing. I just stopped smoking. I was a chain smoker, I just stopped smoking last month, 25th of May. So yesterday I counted, it's now exactly 1 month. Then when I seen, while preparing these documents, the dreams, I look at it, tobacco also is one of the drugs. So I said, oh my God, I'm looking after home. Number one, I should stop myself. So I did it. I would like to request others also to join me. Let us make Meghalaya the healthiest state in India. And before I conclude my speech, my appreciation goes to the police team under the leadership of our DGP, Dr. Bishnoi, who works tirelessly to see that we are able to eliminate this dangerous habit, who silently destroy our life individually and also who silently destroy the family and the society. Thank you so much, Police Department. I salute you and please keep it up. Thank you so much and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, sir, for your words of inspiration. And coming up next is the address by the chief guest of today's program, that is Shri Conrad K. Sangma, Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Meghalaya. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the chief guest of today's program with a very big hand of applause.
The guest of honor for today's program, the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister in charge Home, Shri Preston Tinsong, our respected DGP, Shri Bishnoi, our Additional Chief Secretary, and all the other officials of the government, and all the other officials and officers of the police department, different members of different NGOs who are present here today, and my dear students and friends who have come here to be part of this very, very important program that we're having today. We have seen in the presentations that have been given today by the DGP and by others that there is now a concerted effort to ensure that Meghalaya becomes drug-free. And this thought process has started quite some time back. This particular initiative and the work that we are seeing that's happening for the past years, couple of years, is part of a larger strategy, I should say, of ensuring that we come out with a complete policy or a program for the youth. I have repeated this in many of my statements and my speeches before, that we are developing our policies and programs by keeping the people who matter at the center of the decision that we take. The thought process with which we have been creating and policies and making programs and taking actions is no longer scheme-based, is no longer a program-based. The decision is based on the respected stakeholder, whether it's the youth of our state, whether it's the women of our state, whether it's the farmers of our state. We realize that until and unless we don't put these stakeholders at the center of our decision making, our policies and programs will not have the desired impact that we want. And hence, when we came out with this youth policy, we realized that apart from ensuring that policy that is there in generic for the youth, it must be very broad. Not only are we talking about education, which is very, very important for us, but we need to also realize that sports and music plays an important role in a child's upbringing. We also realize that we can't complain about the youth and the problems that they're facing when they become very, very, much older, like in their teens and maybe in adult. We need to realize that the policies and programs starts very, very early, even as early as the time when they are still in the mother's womb. And hence we have been developing this kind of comprehensive policies. The reason I'm telling you this is you need to realize that this program that you're seeing today is not just because today is drug-free, drug abuse and illicit trafficking day which is being organized by Government of India, Meghalaya, and the whole world and the UN. This is happening because it is part of a plan. It's not just a single program that's happening. It's part of a much larger picture to ensure that we are able to bring out productive, responsible, healthy youth for the future of the families, for the future of our state, and for our country. We realize that no matter what we do, whether the hundreds and crores we spent in terms of the sports infrastructure that is there, or whether we create multiple people's colleges that are coming up everywhere, whether we repair all the 2,500 LP schools which we have done in the last 5 years, which was left for the last 30 years untouched. For the first time, there was a concerted effort by any government to repair all the government LP schools, almost 2,500 of them, within a matter of 5 years. All of this will not matter, as the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister said, that if drugs is there in the life of our youth, it destroys not just them, but it destroys the family and destroys the society and destroys the future and all the plans that we have for the youth. So many mission programs that we have. The Northeast Olympics we have had, the Meghalaya Games we've had in the last 5 years twice, and we're going to have it every year. The different programs that we're having for selection of youth in terms of their sports talent, the grassroots music program that we're having, the entrepreneurship program we're having for prime in the urban areas and also now in the rural areas. All of these are connected to you. But while we do all of this, if we don't take care of this menace, nothing will matter. This is what I'm trying to tell you. We need to realize that it's not just about what we are doing out here that's going to be impacting not just the drug menace, but it is actually, as mentioned by Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, the future of our society, of our state, and of our country. And at this point in time, I would like to really congratulate and thank the Home Department, especially our respected DGP, Bishnoiji. After his joining in as the DGP of Meghalaya, he has been personally involved in ensuring that the most stringent actions are taken to ensure that any kind of drug trafficker, anybody who's involved in drugs, strict action is taken against them. And during this last couple of years, we have seen huge quantities. He was mentioning 18 kgs of heroin. About 2,000 youths are affected by that. So that's about 36,000 youths have been saved. Apart from that, on a rough average, the market value, depending on the location it is, of 1 kg of heroin can go even up to about 10 crores. So 18 kgs is about 180 crores worth of just heroin has been caught by the state police. And therefore, I think it's absolutely necessary. And let us all appreciate the work, and let us give a round of applause to our officials who have done a great work. Congratulations to the police department on the great work, and I urge you to continue your endeavors and your work in ensuring that you are able to control this menace. But while the enforcement agencies are doing their part, they can keep catching people. But we need to realize that the supply and the demand, what we are doing in the enforcement part is in between. There is a huge effort. I don't want to go into details of that because those are more matters related to MHA and at the national level, but we are privy to it. And a lot of efforts are being made at the national level to ensure that the supply aspect is impacted. But while we do that, as mentioned and seen in all the presentations, we need to ensure that not only do we take care of the demand side by ensuring that we're able to bring in awareness among the youth, we need to also realize that there are 3 lakh people and about 40,500, of our youths who are dependent on drugs. We need to take care of them. As mentioned by DGP, empathy is the word. We need to realize that as a society, we need to be aware about what's happening. We need to accept what's happening. We cannot turn a blind eye to it. We need to first accept that there is a problem, face it, and find a solution together. It may take some time. It may not be easy. But if we put our heart and our minds together, I am very, very certain and sure that we will be able to achieve the dream of having a drug-free Meghalaya. This entire program of DREAM, which has been mentioned by our Social Welfare Department, it's an acronym. I hope you understand. It's a drug reduction, elimination, and action mission. It's an acronym for the actual efforts that are going to be put in. And it's a 80-page long document. So what you saw in the presentation is just the tip of the iceberg. Government of Meghalaya has worked out details. There is a budgetary allocation which is going to be amounting to 50 crores in the next 5 years for it. Starting with 5 crores this year to do the initial work. Next year, 15 crores will be sanctioned. Different rehabilitation centers will be put up. Funds will be given to NGOs to be activated. Funds will be given for different programs to be done. So all different kind of budgetary, detailed budget allocation has already been done. So you may think that this is just a small document that we are placing. No, it's a complete program and a policy worked down to the details of what the responsibility of each official, whether it's from the police department or the health department or the social welfare department. It's a very, very exhaustive document. If you see it, it's 80 pages long, and I've gone through every single bit of it. And it's a very, very detailed micro-planned effort, and I'm sure that if we are able to implement this particular policy and this program of DREAM that we're having, I'm sure that we will be able to achieve the target that we all have. But before I end, as mentioned by everybody else, that this is not a problem that we look at the police and we look at the government and let me assure you, we are very serious about it. But we can't do it alone. We can't succeed in doing what we want to unless every single person in this hall, every single person in the state comes together and says, I will do my bit to ensure that we are able to curb this particular menace that's there in the state, which has the potential, as I said, of destroying families, destroying our state, and destroying our country. And hence, I, on this day, would like to appeal to the schools, to the institutes, to the students, to their parents, to different organizations, NGOs, religious organizations, religious heads, different organizations that are working right now against this menace, and those who may not be, but please make it part of one of your agendas. Let this be an agenda which is a part of every organization and institution. Let us give this a priority. And it is only if we do that, only then will we be able to achieve this goal. And hence, on this day, I urge, I appeal, and I request every single citizen, let us come together. This is not an issue, as I said, that only police department can solve. They have a role to play, but we all have our part and our role to play. And I sincerely hope that with all our concerted efforts, we will see this very, very important issue being resolved in the days to come. I once again would like to thank the Social Welfare Department and the Police Department for organizing this wonderful program. I thank the NGOs who have been working in the past many years without any support, let me tell you. They have been working on their own, and there are many, many more organizations. I'm sorry we could not reach out to all of you. But let me assure you that in the coming months and years, we will work with you. We will be supporting you financially to ensure that you're able to continue the good work that you're doing. I would like to thank the police for not just the work that they're doing, but I could see the passion in the kind of music in the song that they've made. So the Khaki Vibes is a really great band. I've seen them playing so many times. But I really wished that the DGP also would have been part of the song. And I really wish that the Deputy Chief Minister in charge of Home would have also been part of the song. But I think we will see them perform live maybe soon. But really it was very, very heartening, I should say, to see the kind of passion with which you have worked, and it reflects in the song that you have made. A lot of people may say and make different comments, but I tell you, this is a reflection of your passion for what you are doing. So continue the good work. Once again, I thank each and everyone who has come here today, and I wish the DREAM project the very best, and I wish the police department the very best, and congratulate them once more for all the great work they're doing. May God bless each and every one of us, and may God bless our state of Meghalaya. Kublai Shibun, Matela, and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Minister, sir, for your inspirational and encouraging words and for extending your support. May I now please call on stage the President of Meghalaya Users Forum to present his testimony. May we please give a big round of applause.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank our Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, esteemed Director General of Police, for all the hard work that they have put into on launching the DREAM project. My testimony is going to be very short. It's based on what I went through. there are a lot of students here, so I'm just going to be very, open and simple about what I have to put across. I have used drugs and alcohol for 15 years. Okay. This year in December, I will be completing my 12th year of sobriety and clean time. Thank you. It has been a very long, hard, tough journey. 15 years of going through everything, including being homeless, dropping out, not being employed, no reintegration, and so on and so forth. I don't blame anyone. I don't blame the government or the police department. In my time, there was nothing in place to give us any kind of support when it comes to health or when it comes to recovery. I got my support and recovery from going to a rehabilitation center which is based in Chennai. Thankfully for me, my parents were well off enough to ship me out. That is not the case for many of our boys and girls. They cannot afford outside treatment. So what happens is, they go into various rehabs for just a short time, and as they come out, they always relapse. It is very, very difficult. Just to give you a simple figure, for people who abuse and use heroin, there's an 80% chance that a boy or girl who comes out of rehab or treatment is going to relapse. That is a huge number. So for a person to come into recovery, like me, it's very, very difficult. Okay, so I really thank the Honorable Chief Minister for what he said. We need to focus on the recovery aspect of things. If we give our boys and girls that support during and after treatment, monitoring them, not just putting them in and when they come out, they again go back to their old habits, is not going to solve the problem. Right? So I just want to say a few things more. I won't take up any more of your time. I think it's high time that we make the DREAM initiative of the government into a reality. That is on us. This saying no to drugs depends on me and you and each and every one of you students, family members, teachers, Rangbash Nongs, village defense parties, everyone. It is not the problem of the police department or the government. This is my problem, this is your problem. Our children's future is at stake. If we do not act now, the next generation is going to be gone. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Neil Jedli Khongwar of the Meghalaya's Users Forum. And coming up next is a skit by the Meghalaya Police Cultural Troupe. May I call upon the members of the troupe to come on stage for the presentation. The Meghalaya Police Cultural Troupe was formed on May 2022. Under the supervision of Shri Lakador Siem, MPS, primarily to represent the Meghalaya Police and showcase the rich cultural tradition of the state in a program organized by Assam Police on 14th May 2022 in Guwahati. Though the members of the cultural troupe have been performing on their own in different platforms, but that was the very first time that they have come together under the banner of the Meghalaya Police Cultural Troupe. The members of the MLP-CT belong to different units of the Meghalaya Police, performing different policing works and tasks. Yet, they have gone beyond the call of duty to create awareness about social evils, crime against women and children, drugs through songs, dances, short plays, and dramas.
No, come here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, man.
So, how do you look today?
Damn good, bro.
You have to go and perform in Central Library.
Oh,
That's
really?
why we dress.
Oh, good, good.
Just like a warrior.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hey, I was asking her phone number. She's not giving me her phone number. Hey, yaar, chal apna kam. Hey, chal apna kam. See, give me one cigarette, man. Oh, I forgot. Just ask from someone. Hey, give me one cigarette, man. What subject today?
I think it's geography.
Oh, do I need this? Tell you want to take class about this
boring
dam
class,
and power generation and all. I want to do. Okay, just go. Hey, give me light. Give me light. Man.
Hey everyone, quiet, quiet. Professor Mujwala has come.
So early in the morning, and this is how you wish your teacher. You can do better.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. Well, sit down, sit down. Looks like somebody's birthday today, isn't it?
Oh, sir. Today we are going to perform, sir.
You are going to perform?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, let's get on with the class. Notes. Where
Class?
were we? Yes, notes. We were talking about power generation and electricity generation, correct?
आज छोरो ना सर रोज रोज खाली डेम ही डेम खाली पावर ही पावर थाक लगी सर
Arre, my dear friend, if we do not talk about power generation, how will the state be developed? We require power. We require generation of electricity. Let's take on your notes.
Sir, can
Yes.
we talk about something else today, sir?
Yes, my students are not interested today. Chalo, theek hai. It seems
boring sir
boring. Okay, we will make it interesting. Since you are going to perform, forget about the notes. Now tell me, what day is it today?
Today is Monday, sir.
Ah, Delbert, we all know today is Monday. Tell me something we don't know.
Sir, 26 June, sir.
That also is written on the calendar, 26 June.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
So today, I think you have to shave your mustache, sir.
Shave my mustache! My dear friend, you remember 3 months ago I made a promise. The day the power department lifts load shedding and gives us 24 hours electricity, I will shave off my mooch. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Young man, please come. What seems to be your problem? You've been very distracted.
Sir, see that girl?
Mary?
I like her, sir.
Oh, but I think this is not the way that you can attract her.
Sir, I feel good, sir, sometimes if I smoke.
Arey bhai, you see, this will not only remove her away, make her run away, it will also spoil you. I'll give you an example. Your father has a vehicle?
Yes, sir.
What vehicle does he have?
A Maruti 800, sir.
Maruti 800. What fuel does he use?
Petrol, sir. Petrol.
Petrol. What if I tell him use kerosene, what will happen?
Engine cheat, sir.
Engine cheat. You also, if you are going to use this too much, engine cheat. What you require, my dear boy, is positive addiction. See, you are very tall. I'm sure that you are be fit for the police department. You should apply. And who knows, maybe SP will make you stand in Don Bosco Square to take care of the traffic. Yes. And then from St. Mary's, they will all come and take a selfie with you. Kong Kong, Kong Deng, Kong Na will ask your phone number?
No, sir. I want only her phone number, sir.
Then if you want her phone number, do something positive. Let us see what you can do.
Okay, sir.
You see, my boys and girls, what you require is positive addiction. Not only, I will tell you a little secret. When it comes to the ladies, they will look at you. If they see that you are smoking too much, eating koini, taking alcohol, they'll run away with you. You know why? Because they know that you are not going to spend any money on them. No Valentine's Day card for you. No roses. No chocolate. Girls will run away from you. What you need is positive addiction.
This song is called Changes.
Craving for changes of feelings, stimulating your mood around.
best things in life are free. You feel what you have to feel. You can't buy it, you have to earn it. So take these words from me. You release yourself, exploit it. What is action? Alter what's regulated. You feel a dysfunction, a change to dysfunction.
So you see, my dear children, young boys and girls, each and every one of us has got that potential. Don't go for negative things. Go for positive things. Positive addiction, that's what we want. Do you know that in today's world, society needs role models? When we talk about drug addiction, we need role models. In any sphere that you're in, we need role models. Yes, young man Rimiki, you are dressed like a warrior today. Why is it that you're dressed like a warrior? Yes, I can't hear you. Please speak in loudly.
Also, we're going to perform a dance today, Kashathma.
Oh, you're going to SOSO THAM auditorium, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes,
now
sir.
I remember. I think there's a program organized by MEGHALAYA Police and Social Welfare. Acha, that is the program you're going to perform. Yes, it is a very apt dance, Shathma. Well, talking about role model, let's go to the police department. Who do you think is the perfect or a good example or role model? Tell me, anybody? Herbert Lingdo, Taklu. Anybody else? Yes.
Vivek Siem.
Ooh, Vivek Siem. All right. Anybody else?
Yes, sir, I know.
Uh-huh.
Our role model is Lakador Sir's
Tesh Lakador Siem, I know him. Horrible fellow. He is not a good role model. I will tell you who a good role model is. Have you heard of Dr. L.R. Bishnoi? He is a good role model.
But sir,
Huh?
don't you think he's old?
He's old? Arre? Why do you say that? Why do you say that? Yes.
But sir, why is he can be a role model?
Role model.
so.
Anybody can be a role model. Do you know that at 60 years old, others are sitting down and they are planning for their retirement? What will I do after retirement? Dr. L.R. Bishnoi went up on the helicopter, 5,000 meters, and he jumped. Not once, not twice, 5 times he jumped. Ready for war. And today, Meghalaya Police, we are at war. We are at war with social evils. We are at war against crime against women. And we are at war against drugs. In the olden days, when the warriors went to war, they would perform a dance. The dance called Shathma. This dance is not only to practice for the impending war against neighboring states. But it is also to show their families that the warriors are ready, that they will protect the family, and that they will emerge victorious. The women folk give the warriors their blessings, along with grains of rice and water. This symbolizes food, nourishment, energy. In the same way, the Meghalaya police need the support of the families, the support of the communities in our war against drugs. Yes, we have won one battle, one war. But this battle and this war will go on. We require everyone's help. We require everyone's cooperation. Alone, we cannot do it. The Meghalaya police cannot stand on its own. We need to stand by each other. The medical department, the social welfare department, the schools and the colleges require each other. We have to stand by each other. We have to lean on each other. And together, we will be able to win this war, this battle against drugs. We all need somebody to lean on. Yes. The Meghalaya Police Cultural Troupe is extremely grateful to the Honorable Director General of Police, the senior officers, colleagues, and police personnel of the Meghalaya Police who've always supported us. We are grateful to all the other government departments, non-governmental organizations, schools, colleges who have given us the opportunity to be part of their programs. And we're also grateful to the High Court of Meghalaya and the Meghalaya State Legal Services Authority for bringing us along to bridge the gap between the police and the public. Once again, we thank you very much for this opportunity today. Thank you.
Now that was an extraordinary performance representing acting, dancing, and singing. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, may we please give them a big round of applause for the Meghalaya Police Cultural Troupe. As we have come to the end of the program, may I please call Shri Dalton P. Marak, IPS, Deputy Inspector General of Police, Special Branch, to kindly come on stage and deliver a vote of thanks.
A very warm and good afternoon to our most honorable chief guests, all the dignitaries, invited guests, senior officers, teachers, students, all participants, ladies and gentlemen, friends from media who are all gathered here. I wish we had a wider audience for such a program as today, but at the close of this program, it is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who work really hard to make this event possible. I, on behalf of the entire team of Police and Social Welfare Department officials, extend sincere thanks to our God Almighty for making today's event a grand success. On behalf of our two departments of Police and Social Welfare, Government of Meghalaya, I express a hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Sri Conrad K. Sangma, Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, who has spared his precious time to grace this occasion. Today, sir, we have been given the opportunity to hear you, listen to you, and receive your encouragement and assurance. And this will go a long way to encourage us in our future endeavors. Your words have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. Thank you so much, sir. I also want to thank our guest of honor, Sri Preston Tensong, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and Home Minister, for his active participation and guidance for this program. Sir, you have enlightened us and made this program lively, and your presence have added glory to this event. And my warmest and heartfelt gratitude and thanks also goes to our additional CS, Sri Dr. Shakil Ahmed, and all the other senior officers of the Government of Meghalaya for your kind participation and for gracing this occasion. A special thanks goes to our DGP of Meghalaya, Sri Dr. L.R. Visnoy, for the impressive and meaningful presentation and the encouragement. So with your leadership, we have been able to achieve much, and today we have been able to present it for the knowledge of everyone. Thank you so much, sir. And through all the speakers today, we have been enriched and we have been given the knowledge on how to better fight the menace from drugs. And so the special thanks goes to all who have presented. And our sincere gratitude goes to all teachers, students, the members from NGOs, participants, and the friends from media for being here and making this event a success. Finally, I would like to thank our culture troupe and the singing band, the Kaki Vibes, who made this program joyful with their impressive performances. Your days of hard work is very evident in your acts today. Last but not the least, a big thank you to each and everyone who have worked behind the scenes to make this event a success. Special mention goes to the officials in Social Welfare Department and the SP of East Khasi and his team for making all the logistic arrangement and making it a grand success. It has, and this program has been memorable because of all of you, and we thank you all for being with us today. Have a great day ahead. Thank you, Kublai, Mutela, and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for delivering the vote of thanks. And last but not the least, ladies and gentlemen, let us all stand up for the national anthem.
Thank you, everyone. Also, I would like to thank the esteemed guests and everyone present here for joining us here today. Have a great day, everyone.